What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Scream video game yet again. Only this time, it's going to be kind of a negative spin. I want to talk about why I'm getting pretty concerned that this thing may not be real. I felt like I've always been pretty honest and open. You know, when I talk about leaks all the time, mainly in gaming, right? Now, this specific one kind of transcends all of the things that I cover majorly, I guess, on this channel, right? Scream, I cover so much, obviously, for years now, and then obviously gaming. So bringing the two together is kind of a dream of mine, a Scream video game like what we've talked about, right? This supermassive kind of idea where you're choosing your own narrative and different things can happen and maybe you play as different people. It sounds incredible, and it's actually what I have pitched years ago. If this all turns out to be fake, by the way, I just want it to be known, maybe they got it from me to make myself, make my ego go up even higher. Maybe they got it from me because I have pitched a Scream video game from Supermassive that's very similar to what we've heard over the last couple months. But regardless, without getting too far ahead of myself, I do want to continue to be open with you guys and kind of walk you through where I'm at with my belief of the game, okay? Now, Beyond the Mask is a friend of mine. I see him as a friend. I don't know if he sees me as a friend, but I like him, and we've talked behind the scenes, and I trust the guy like as a human being. I've always kind of had, okay, well, if somebody tells him, well, can you trust that person? And if that person is hearing it from somebody else, right now you're like 3 people deep. So is it true? Is it true? Is this game actually happening? I've been pretty on it. I feel like it was believable enough that it's going to happen. But one thing's been bugging me, okay? Now, I don't know if this has been officially found out, but to catch you guys up, one thing that scares me is the originator of the leak. And I don't know if that's confirmed, but I feel like through pretty good investigation from a couple different people, the tipster really does seem like the person that started this, okay? And the reasoning, we've talked about it a little bit before, but to kind of throw it all in here, Beyond the Mask was told by a person by somebody else, okay? So there's a person that told him, and somebody else had told that person. Beyond the Mask made a video on it, covered it. I did it after that. Other people did it as well. And the tipster jumped in later that day to say, I've heard this as well. Now that it's out in the news, I've heard that this game is happening as well, okay? Now, from behind the scenes, the person that seemingly started all this stuff was seemingly the tipster, okay? So what I feel happened was the tipster told a person who then told Beyond the Mask, and then everything happened from there, okay? Now, there's a few other, little caveats there, but overall, that's how I think it played out. Now, why is that important? Well, the clock, in my opinion, is ticking on this insider, the tipster. Now, I want to trust him, and I've made multiple videos on his leaks, and he, again, for background purposes, he was very on it back in the day. Back in the day, actually, meaning not all that long ago, he was kind of a movie guy. He was very, very good with insider information. Now, here's the deal, though. His Twitter was nuked. His Twitter got copyright claimed, and he was taken down. And then there's this new account that's also called the Tipster that came from it. Now, there's no 100% sure, I guess in this case, certainty that it's the same guy. So the thing that I've always been scared of is if he's the one who's starting all of this, which I believe he is, and I feel like he set things in motion with Beyond the Mask to then make a post by himself, on Twitter, I'm very confident that that's what happened. And if he's not the real tipster, we've all been duped, at least the ones that fully believe it, right? We've all been duped in that case because he's just an imposter trying to pretend like he is the past, I guess, right? The past tipster, and he's actually not, okay? So I've always gotten worried about that. Now, why am I worried right now? Well, the rumor was it was supposed to happen in October. Now, things get delayed. That's totally a thing that happens, right? Game announcements, game presentations, all this kind of stuff. They get delayed all the time, all right? But at the same time, you say it's October, you're running out of days. You're absolutely running out of days. And this is not, I guess, for people that maybe watch the Scream movies and maybe aren't into gaming, it's weekdays. Weekdays is when these things are announced. So you got 6 weekdays left that this thing could possibly happen, right? It's not going to happen today. Obviously, November on, then you start to really worry me. So you got 6 weekdays left in the month of October. All right, well, that's just on Scream's front. The thing is, that also makes me scared, the tipster has also gone on record with other games. Now, this falls more into, I guess, my area, right? Because I cover so many game leaks. There's quite a few things that this guy has talked about happening soon. And one of them is Silent Hill. Now, without going too deep into that, I don't want to make this a Silent Hill video. There's supposed to be a presentation on Silent Hill before Halloween. So you have 5 days for that because you have Tuesday through Friday, and then you have next Monday. That's it. After that, you were wrong. And yes, again, things can get delayed. But, okay, well, Scream gets delayed, Silent Hill gets delayed. How many things are going to get delayed before you start to really question if the person's just accurate? We also live in a world, by the way, of just people that say things, right, to become internet famous. And this person has gained a following online. Whether they're the real tipster or a fake one, they've gained a following. So just because they say things doesn't mean, obviously, right, they have to be real. You got to be careful. And I've always tried, I guess, to be careful. So from my perspective, again, 2 parts to it. Number one, I don't know. I've never known if this is still the original person named the tipster. And I told Beyond the Mask this and all this kind of stuff. Second thing is, this person is banking on a few different things to be right in the month of October, or things to happen, right, in the month of October. If they don't happen, and it's not just the Scream game, but also Silent Hill, and they mentioned another game, Death Stranding, for December. If these things don't happen, then, well, they're not accurate. Like, this person is not to be trusted. So, I do get worried. I still, honestly, right now, it's kind of like 51%, 49%. That's really where I'm at. 51% says it's real because I just want it to be real. I want this game to, because I'm going to cover this thing more than you could possibly imagine, right? Like, this is, as I've said, a dream kind of game for me, bringing in a franchise that I love more than almost anything, and then gaming. I mean, my passion, my love in life, right? And putting those things together. So obviously I want it to happen, and I think it makes sense, but also it's not rocket science what we've talked about for what this game could be. It's all things that, honestly, like me, myself, like I'm sure there's other people as well, but I can tell you, like, a lot of the leaks, quote unquote, that we've heard of this Scream game, I had already come up with like years ago at this point. So not to say that it won't happen, but it's not impossible that somebody could just made it up, because it's not hard to make up something like this. So I wish it's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen. We got a few days left before I really, really start to, like, that 51%, 49. If it gets to November 1st, it drops to like 10%, maybe even less, just because, yes, again, things can get delayed, but how many things are going to get delayed? Like, are all his predictions going to get delayed? Because at that point, when they're not even predictions. See, that's the thing. Like, they're insider info. So when your insider info, all of it, doesn't happen, you can blame it being delayed, but at what point do I trust? Like, at what point do I drop the trust in you? You know what I mean? And again, it's happened so many times. There's so many fake people out there. I do get concerned. So we'll see. That if it does get confirmed, if the Scream game is real, like, I'll absolutely cover it as quickly as humanly possible. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.